movie name is Final, released on 2010 movie. So the film starts and we see a girl who came to the hotel to buy a burger. 2 fingers of that girl were cut. Her face was also very strange. Spoiled. It was looking like someone had thrown acid on her. When everyone was looking at her, she gets very angry. She throws the table away. After that, she left from there. Now, we are shown a story a little earlier than this. We see a high school where a boy was sitting in the class and was troubling another boy. Seeing the boy troubling him, the teacher of the class changes his seat. Instead of him, the teacher had made another boy sit. Now, when the other boy comes and sits, he was also no less than anyone, because he was the friend of the first boy. That's why he also comes and troubles the poor boy. The teacher was teaching everyone in the class, but no one cared. Now we are shown 3 girls. One of them was named Bridget. Bridget was very beautiful in looks. She used to have a lot of fun with her friends. She was very proud of her beauty. That's why Bridget often troubled a girl named Emily in school. She was still teasing her because Emily was not at all beautiful like her and her friends. She used to consider her a normal girl in front of her. Now, Bridget and her friends had to go to the party. To go to that party, she and her friends were very excited. Who called them and why did they call them? She did not even know this. But yes, they just had to go to the party. In Bridget's school, it was often a common thing to bully, trouble, tease, and humiliate each other. Here in the school, there was a boy named Dane who was standing on the side and was planning something with his friends. But what? No one knew. Now, he goes to the house of his friend in the jungle, which was his uncle's. There Dane was setting up bear traps. That means he was setting up a kind of trap. Then a man comes to him who used to live in the house next to him. He says to Dane that you will not get trapped like this. Come, I will give you something else. Actually, that man was a retired officer. After this, we are shown the scene of the school. In the school, when Dane and his friends were sitting and talking, then the same boy who used to trouble Dane and his friends throws a packet of milk. Seeing this, when Dane's friend goes to talk, then the teasing boys criticized him and sent him from there. Dane and his friends were tired of such humiliation every day. That's why Dane had planned a party here, the party in which Bridget and her friends were talking about going. Yes, that party was arranged by Dane, but no one knew about it, which was in the house of the jungle. This was a secret costume party, means all the students who were invited to the party, they had to come to the party wearing different kinds of clothes. There Emily writes a diary sitting in her house at night, at which she was writing that everything is fine, although nothing was right with her. The next day Dane's friend was fixing the camera in the bathroom, which was probably part of their plan. That's when the same 2 boys come there, who used to trouble him often in the class. Dane had also come there when he tries to save his friend from those boys. Then he also catches him and beats him a lot. They were insulting him a lot, and they also tell Dane and his friend that you can't do anything to us. When these boys were troubling Dane's friend again in the canteen, then there was a boy named Curtis for Dane's friend. He fights a lot with those boys in the canteen and also beats them. Curtis was a very good person. He had never troubled anyone and never did anything bad to anyone. There Dane was checking the guns in his house. He goes to his friend's house in the jungle and puts a lot of cameras there because whatever he was going to do in the party, he wanted everything to be recorded and also to be shown on the net. Now at night, Dane and his other friends, among whom Emily was also there, everyone was sitting and remembering their insult, that how much everyone troubles them in the school. That day had come, the day when Bridget and her friends had to go to the party. Bridget and her other friends were getting ready to go to the party, but a friend refuses to go because she was not feeling well. That's why she didn't want to go. But still, Bridget and her friends convinced their friend to go to the party. Dane and his friends were also ready for the party. Before the party started, they were praying that maybe God gives them a sign that they should stop what they are going to do, but nothing like that happened to them. Everyone thinks that God is also with them, but God was giving signs to other people, like Bridget's friend was not feeling well, although because of that, they should have stopped going to the party. But after going to the party, she wanted to make others jealous with her beauty. Bridget's other friends too, when they were leaving to go to the party, then a police officer stops them on the way. These were all signs of God for them, but they all just wanted to go to the party anyway. everyone reaches the place, where everyone, after getting into a truck, were taken to the party place. They all reach the party. The party also starts. Here that boy Curtis also came, whom they had not invited to the party, because only those people were invited to this party. Those who were bad always did bad with everyone. A friend of Dane was wearing a clown Joker dress, with whom everyone was having a lot of fun in the party. When Dane's friend sees Curtis, then he tells him to stop his plan, because he did not want to harm Curtis. At that time, it was Curtis who fought with those boys in the school for him, who used to trouble him. But Dane says no, now we cannot stop our plan. How can we go back by coming so far? Dane and his friend, first of all, mix the medicine of unconsciousness in everyone's juice. After drinking it, everyone was unconscious there. When they come to their senses, then they see themselves tied in chains, seeing which everyone was surprised and worried. Dane and his friends had pointed guns at everyone. First of all, everyone here was finding these things funny, but soon they understood that they were trapped in a trap. No one knew that the people who have caught them are Dane and his friends, who used to tolerate their wrong things in school. They had made Dane and his friends bad like them. Dane's friends had changed themselves according to them. Like a friend was made a joker, not good but a bad joker. Emily, who was a very good girl. These bad people, after troubling her and made her a bad person like them, her feelings and emotions were over. That's why she was wearing this type of mask on her face, which was completely empty. That means there was no face on it. Dane, who was a very good boy, but because of these bullies and troublemakers, he had become such a bad person. He wanted to give such a punishment to all of them, which was probably very bad. So bad that either they will suffer and die. If this did not happen to them, then maybe they will kill themselves. All the people who were caught here, one of them starts to torture them again. Maybe they were not serious yet. So Dane's friend goes to him and kills him with a gun. Now maybe they had become a little serious. They had understood that something wrong was going to happen to them. There a boy asks Dane, "Why us? Why have we been caught? What have we done to you?" On which Dane answers him, "Okay, now you are remembering these things. What did we do to you? You used to trouble us in such a school for no reason." After which Dane locks that boy in a room and gives one more chance to run away from here. Dane says, "We will hunt you. If you are not caught, then you can run away from here. No one will say anything to you." That boy says bye to his friend and runs away from here to get help. But after going out, he was trapped in the same trap which Dane had set up there. That's why this boy is also locked in the same room where the first boy was locked. Here Dane was telling everyone at home, "Think, why have you all been caught here? Remember, maybe you have done a lot of bad things in your life, for which you are getting this punishment." After hearing these things, a boy says, "After all, who are you, thinking like this about us? And who has given you the right to do all this?" Dane says, "God." After hearing this, that boy was angry, but he was very nervous, who used to trouble everyone till yesterday. Today his condition was bad. Now Dane's Joker friend tells a boy to take medicine, but he was refusing to drink. That's why he is stabbed in the back, and he is given medicine, with which he does not die. But now he will not be able to speak or hear anything. That Joker friend, while going, gave the keys to escape from here to Curtis and went. Maybe he wanted to save him from here. The boy to whom the medicine was given, he was now the victim of Emily. She puts a lot of needles in that boy's body, due to which he was in pain. But now he was not able to speak or hear anything. After seeing all this, Dane has a lot of fun. All the people who were here realized that before starting this game, everyone had said this, that you will ask for death for yourself. Dane's friend was looking for the next victim for himself. Whose turn is it to be harmed? Then Curtis runs away from here, the one who had the keys. Seeing this, Dane starts shooting him, but the one who was wearing Joker clothes, he stops Dane from shooting. Dane also understood this, that he must have given him the keys to escape from here. That's why Dane killed his own friend in anger. Everyone was surprised to see this, because all this was not included in their plan. Curtis runs and comes out, where he met a police officer in the car, who was sitting and smoking. Curtis comes to that officer and tells everything. That's when Dane's friends came there, who shoot the officer. The officer died in this fight. Curtis runs away from there with a gun. At that house, Emily, who was very sad about her friend's death, but her other friend comes and tells her, "Look, we can't be sad now. Whatever we have started, we will have to finish it." That's why Emily ties Bridget's friend there and puts a paste on his face, which looked like mud, but it was made using a dangerous formula, which will spoil her face in a while. That girl's beauty was her pride. That's why Emily did this to her. Dane tells everyone about the officer, that he is dead. Now no one will come to save you here. Then a boy says, "You are a coward who is attacking us by hiding your face behind this mask." Hearing this, Dane removes his mask. Everyone was surprised to see Dane, that the boy whom they used to trouble all the time. He has become so brave today. Dane says, "All this evil is because of you. You people have made us like this. I was just spending my life like this, but you people didn't like this." There Curtis is shown, who ran and reached a house where the same man used to live, who helped Dane in setting traps. He points his gun at Curtis, because at midnight, that man was also scared of Curtis. Curtis tries a lot to make that man understand, but he was not ready to understand anything. On the contrary, he hits Curtis and makes him conscious. There in the house, the boy who was taunting Dane, he begs Emily for his life. His friend says, "Don't do this. They want us to bow down in front of them." Now Bridget also recognized Emily's voice. When everything comes in front, then everyone removes their masks. Bridget says, "What will you get by harming us?" Hearing this, Emily says, "What you used to get. I will let you go from here on one condition: if you cut your friend's 2 fingers. Bridget says, "No, I can't harm anyone like this," although she was harming Emily for years, which she may not remember now. When Bridget does not listen to Emily, then she gives a chance to her friend. He was ready to do everything and leave from here. That's why he cuts Bridget's 2 fingers. The second time was now Bridget's. She also had to do the same with her friend. There Curtis is shown, who was unconscious and tied to a chair. When he comes to his senses, now he was telling his story to Curtis, that "I was an army officer. I have helped the country many times." Now after hearing all this, Curtis says, "You can become a hero again. Please open me and call the police. The lives of my friends are in danger." Hearing this, when that man goes out to check, then he was trapped in the same trap, on which he said that this trap will not work. The same trap that he had set up with Dane. Then a friend of Dane comes there, who was going to kill him, but that man kills him. Curtis was also now free from his house. Here in Dane's house, when Bridget starts cutting her friend's fingers, then the cutter was not being operated by her. That's why Emily had put the same paste on her face, which spoils Bridget's whole face. Now it was the turn of Bridget's friend. First, Dane takes out his anger on him, which he had kept in his heart for a long time. Dane had broken his backbone. Now he will not be able to walk properly all his life, and he could never play football. The friends of Dane who attacked the man in the jungle, they were the same boys with whom Dane was talking at the beginning of the story, means they were also a part of his plan. Inside the house, Dane tells everyone that tonight all of you will become immortal, because no one will forget tonight. A boy says that nothing like this will happen. All of you will go to jail, and we will go to our house. Hearing his words, Dane says, "Okay, I have not done anything wrong with you till now, because you had helped me once. Now, I will have to find a solution for you too." So now he was ready to cut the tongue of the same boy. Then Curtis comes there, who pointed a gun at Dane and says, "Leave everything." Curtis had also called the police. Dane says that we let you go from here because you were a good person, but now you will not survive. He shoots Curtis, which hit his arm. Before that, he would have killed Curtis. Someone shoots him from behind and kills him, which was no one else but Emily, because she was fed up of his such behavior, because they had got the revenge they wanted. Now Emily did not want to harm anyone else. This night is also about to end. That's why the last part of their plan was still left, which was to kill himself. That's why Emily's friend kills her from behind. When the police comes there, then Emily's friend had also killed himself. The last part of their plan was the same, that they will harm everyone and kill themselves. The next day, this story had spread everywhere. The killers are identified. All the people who were caught were alive, but they were given such wounds. Maybe their next life will not be easy. Curtis was still alive. Now the beginning scene comes in the story, which we saw the girl who had gone to get the burger. Her 2 fingers were also cut. She was no one else but Bridget, whose condition was made by Emily. She was still trying to live by hiding her shortcomings. Maybe she will never be able to live in peace, because the people in front will keep reminding her, what did she do, and why did this happen to her? So if you do not have any drawbacks, then do not be proud of this. Do not ever look down on others. And with this, the story of this film ends here.